Page 26, the ice skaters. At the top of the page, they're giving you a typical pattern for a broken chord pattern in 3/4 time. You see, if you want to improvise or do things, you're gonna build up a repertoire or a collection of different patterns that you've learned that you can use when you're improvising. This is one of the patterns for 3/4 time for waltzes, and it's simply a C chord. Remember, a block chord is when all the notes go down at once, and a broken chord is anything else. Well, this one you play the bottom note and the 2 top notes. 3/4 time. 5/7 chord, you can use the B or the D, or alternate them. That works too. That's typical. You'll get that in this piece. The way we normally do it is you'll connect the first 2 notes and then staccato on those. It reinforces that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, the natural accent on the beat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's what we're doing in this piece. 3/4 time, right hand, you're starting here. Remember, a dotted half note is the same as 3/4 notes. Just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, and that's tied for 2 measures. Next line, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, and that's tied for a while. They're saying prepare, just move up. You have 1 beat rest to come up here. Now watch out here. You think, well, this is C major scale. And yes, you can do it that way. You can use third, just a regular fingering, C major scale. But then when you get to the bottom, you gotta cross over again because you're out of position. So in order to be in position, instead of 3rd finger, we use 4th. Here, 4th finger. And again, relax the thumb. You can move the hand a little bit if you have to, but don't go way out. Just 4th finger. Position. And for this is bottom of page 26, the first quarter note with fermata, the E and the C, I recommend a 2/5. Because you're in this position, just reach up here. Because really you're in a C chord, what we call an extended position, because your octaves, we haven't got there yet, but just reach up in here. And then you can come up here with 2 and a 1, and then we're in this mess at the top of page 27. 1 and 2 and. Real slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and. You might have to just practice that. All I'm doing is rotating here. I'm just transferring weight from one finger to the other. And I'm not using the fingers to try and do it. I'm just lowering whichever finger I want to play the note, but the gravity, the weight is pushing the note down. Next line, it's here. So 4th, and then the bottom line, you're here. That's good, because these are more awkward fingers to use, so you need practice. That's good. Should do it in both hands. Put the hands together. At the beginning, we're here. 2. So 4th. Now let's go down to the 3rd line where things get tricky. The left hand staying where it's at. It's the right hand moving. Go as slow as you gotta go to get, because you're using different fingers in each hand. Here, 3rd fingers are together. And then here, the left hand's tied. Let's go down to the bottom line. Here, there's a D sharp and an F sharp. See, this is a 5/7 chord. We're just not using the other notes. It's still a 5/7 chord. If you want to get technical about it, the B is in the right hand, because the chord is really everything, both hands together. And so forth. Then add the articulation. This mainly it is. In the right hand it's mostly legato. Just lift up the slurs in the right hand. So at the end of the first line, lift up before you go on. It's like taking a breath. I'm going to just hang on to them. I'm going to hold each one 2 counts instead of 1. And then the next one, hold, hold, and then we're off to this stuff. So slur, staccato, staccato, slur, and so forth. Then we can add the dynamics. It goes to the melody. Keep these chords out of the way. We want to hear them, but in a distance. So we want to hear the melody. And this is moderately soft here, so the left hand should be really soft. You have a crescendo there in the second line. You can come up to moderately loud. Don't get loud, just a little bit. Because next line you're moderately loud. Well, we crescendoed up to moderately loud, so we're already there. That's fine. And that's the right hand. The left hand still needs to be soft. You can't really do much because you're already soft in the left hand here at the bottom. Then once you go down to soft, so play that soft. And stay soft. And you're soft in the right hand and very soft in the left hand. Come up a little bit to moderately soft. Staying at moderately soft until the end of the third line, you come up to moderately loud. Don't get moderately loud to the last line, so take your time on the third line. A little louder. Now, there's a retardando there. You're going to slow down. Come back down to soft. The left hand's already very soft. Then you repeat back to the top of the page. Now when you repeat back, there's a note above it saying they want the right hand to go an octave up. So when you're slowing down, right? And then you simply move the right hand up. And the beat has to be steady here. Now when you repeat back, you go back to your tempo. They didn't give you an alt tempo there. That's another error. They should have put in an alt tempo up there. But at the bottom when you're slowing down, and then alt tempo, and it's a little trickier too, because when you go higher up on the keyboard it tends to get softer and it's easier for the chords to overpower it. So you got to be careful here, listen carefully, and keep the left hand really soft, very soft. And you do that all the way to the end. There. Now when you get down to the bottom after you've repeated, you do the DC al fine and go back to the beginning. Over here at the top of page 26, and it's where it's played. And the fine is at the bottom of the page on page 26. It's the first quarter, and you see it there where the double bars are. It should be a thin and a thick bar line there. Now, but you go to there and then stop. Now on top of that, they've added pedal. Well, isn't that fun? I think the piece sounds great without pedal. Nothing wrong with playing it without pedal, but they've added pedal, so let's put it in. Don't use pedal anywhere else than where it's marked. You don't even need to use it where it's marked. But at the top of page 27, I'm going to push the notes down and then push the pedal down. I want to start the notes before I release the dampers. I'm going to hold it down until I play the first note in the third measure, and I'm going to lift it up right after I play that note, so it's here. Right there. So slowly, it's here. And that's the way it's done on all 3 lines, and that's it. And even when you repeat and you're up here an octave, it's the same thing. As far as speed goes, it's the flow of the piece, gliding along. You just pretend you're ice skating or something. You can find recordings of this. Just Google Skater's Waltz, something like that, and you'll hear various arrangements of it at different speeds. But to me, it's just pretend people are waltzing to this, or skaters skating. And then these you just hold on and then go on. Get the idea? I'd like to play it with you very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do dynamics. I can't slow down. And the fermata notes, I'm going to hold 2 counts instead of 1 to stay with the metronome. So I'll give us 3 counts because it's a 3/4 time. Now let's play it together slowly. If you have to, just do it one hand at a time. We are going to do the repeats and the DC al fine and all that. Make sure you have your foot on the pedal, ready to go, if you're going to use it at all. 1, ready, go. 1, 2. 1, 2. Hold, hold, hold. Repeat. Go back to the beginning. 2. 2. Hold off.